In this video, I'm going to explain what is a recurring revenue model and why it's important. Get ready. First, I want to talk about why and how being busy is actually hurting your business and preventing you from having a profitable, lifestyle-friendly business. Then I'm going to get into why recurring revenue models may be the solution for this problem. I'm going to talk about the challenges and barriers to having a recurring revenue model and how to structure your business to drive recurring revenue. Ready? Let's go. A recurring revenue model is one where you make one sale and collect for a long period of time, usually about a year or even more. So subscription models and membership models are two examples of monthly recurring revenue business models. The key to every monthly recurring revenue model is that you're delivering ongoing value that your clients want and need. And the key to success with a recurring revenue model is retention, retaining your clients for the long haul, because it's way more expensive to acquire a new client than to keep someone that you already have. Now, before I get into the ins and outs of recurring revenue models, I want to talk a little bit about why and how being busy is actually hurting your business. See, when we're constantly busy, especially when we're busy trying to land and hunt down new business, it keeps us focused on the short run, and it doesn't let us focus on long-term growth and opportunity. In other words, it keeps us small. When you shift your focus to delivering ongoing value over time and retaining clients, you can immediately start to take a longer view of your business, and you immediately start to create more stability, more predictability, and more scalability in your business. With recurring revenue models, you do the work up front to get people into the model, but as long as you're delivering value on the backside, then chances are you'll keep people, and everything that you add is allowing you to grow bigger and bigger. And one of the reasons recurring revenue models are so desirable is because that stability and predictability gives you the opportunity to sit back a little bit and breathe and focus your energy instead of on keeping things going and focusing on the next month and the next month. It gives you the opportunity to focus on a bigger vision and to be more creative and to create bigger and better ideas. Now let's talk about some of the challenges and barriers that can get in the way of creating a recurring model. Believe it or not, the first challenge is simply mindset. Two problems with mindset that I see a lot. Number one, just a lack of awareness at how valuable and how powerful having a recurring model is. But that's not you, because I've just told you all of those things. So the second one that you might be running into is, I don't see how I could deliver value over time. So for example, you might be offering products and services and programs that people buy once or even twice or over a month or even 3 months, but you might not see what's the forever version of your model. What's the thing that people will always need and want? And that's where the critical thinking comes in. That's where the brainstorming comes in. Think about the problem that will never be completely solved, right? So for example, in my business, right, I teach business skills and strategies. Now, there comes a point where every client has learned all my skills and strategies. I mean, maybe not every single one, but for the most part, they've incorporated, they've learned everything. But the problem that will never be solved, the problem that they will always have and need support with, is ongoing accountability and support. People to motivate them and push them and support them and come up with great ideas with them. This is something that's an ongoing need forever and ever. So as long as I'm delivering great service and delivering fantastic support and new ideas, there will always be a place for me in my clients' lives. So think about, what is it that you deliver? What is it that you offer that people could need forever? And build your recurring revenue program around that. Because the idea is, you don't want to just enroll people for 1 year or even 2 years. I'm going to challenge you to think about, what would it look like to keep a client for life? That's how Netflix thinks. That's how Amazon Prime thinks. That's how the gym down the street thinks, even if it doesn't quite work out that way. If the idea of monthly recurring revenue, by the way, is appealing to you, and I could understand why it would be, it certainly was for me, then let's connect. Actually, go ahead and go to my website, superstardiscoverycall.com, and book a call with either me or someone on my team to learn how we can help you ideate, brainstorm, and come up with your big back end monthly recurring revenue model. I have never met a business that I could not design a recurring model for. That's a promise. Finally, let's talk about how to structure your business to deliver monthly recurring revenue. Now, there are a whole lot of topics underneath that very big umbrella, but I'm going to talk about two in particular. The first is what I call the breakthrough to big back end. So here's the thing. When you have a brand new client, chances are they're not going to be very eager to make a 1-year-long commitment with you. Now, it does happen, absolutely, but the more expensive your price point is, which I advocate higher price points, the higher that price point, the less likely someone is to invest in a 1-year contract right off the bat. That's where the breakthrough comes in. So what I call the breakthrough is an initial powerful experience that delivers on a very big promise and delivers a juicy outcome. That breakthrough sets the stage for people to want to invest and commit to a much longer program or package. So what that looks like in my business is that we upfront, we don't even offer the 1-year program upfront. If you came to me and you said, I want to work with you for a whole year, Michelle, I want to sign up for your Influencer Circle program, the answer would be, you can't. The only way you can do that is to sign up for my transformational, foundational breakthrough program first. In my world, that's the Superstar Business Breakthrough. That's where we come up with a big back-end idea. That's where we map out your whole new business model and your new brand. So all the work that we do that gets a juicy, finished outcome, we do in that program. And then the big back end, the breakthrough leads to the big back end, which is a whole year's worth of mastery of these concepts and implementation of your new plan. So the breakthrough to big back end is a great way to ease people into the big back end without having to try to skip all those steps and go straight to the big kahuna commitment. Now, the second thing that I want to bring up is the difference or the distinction between selling siloed programs and selling ascension programs. So silos are when you have option A or option B or option C, and your clients choose one of those three. An ascension model is where A leads into B, leads into C. That's like the breakthrough into big back end, right? Breakthrough into mastery. So the ascension, the reason I advocate using ascension instead of silos is because no matter where someone comes in, there's a next place for them to go. And actually, in my world, all roads lead into the big back end, which is the monthly recurring subscription high-end program. If you want to create a breakthrough program and a big back end, then I can help. I offer something called a business model breakthrough call, and it's free. You can either have it with me or with someone on my team, and you can get that by going to superstardiscoverycall.com and signing up for a spot on our calendars. I look forward to meeting you.